Hello everyone. Welcome. This is your friend, Alakazam ASMR. It's good to see you all. Today, we will be visiting some Yu-Gi-Oh content. So I hope, from this video, you find something that you can enjoy. So sit back and relax as we get into the booster pack called Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion. Underneath a pretty purple packaging lies the booster pack Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion, which has 9 cards per pack and a cool looking cover art monster. For this video, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 booster packs to open in this video. And so, with 6 booster packs and 9 cards each, you have 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, and 54. We have 54 cards in total to open in this booster pack. Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion has a variety of different cards potentially inside these packs, so hopefully we get our hands on something nice, as long as we all have some fun along the way. Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't. But until then, let's just take it easy, my friends. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put them off screen for now and begin booster pack number 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion. Please enjoy, my friends. Pack number 1. Let's go. Alright. We have our 9 cards here. Alright, may the heart of the cards be with us. Card number 1 is going to be a spell card named Rise of the Salamangreat. Zoom in on the art there. Very cool looking, like a portal to the heavens or something. Rise of the Salamangreat. Spell card. This card can be used to ritual summon any Salamangreat ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. If you control a Fire Link monster, you can also use Salamangreat monster or monsters in your graveyard by shuffling them into the deck. If this card is in its owner's possession and is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 Salamangreat Emerald Eagle from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. So, this is support for the Salamangreat archetype, which basically you get these ritual monsters. And with this ritual monster, if you have a Fire Link monster, which is pretty much all of the Salamangreats, you get to use materials by shuffling cards into the deck from your graveyard. So, I like ritual cards where you don't just have to sacrifice what's on the field or the hand. For talking's sake, you have Ancient Gear Fusion, which lets you use monsters from the extra deck. The main deck. Basically, having extra ways to get ritual materials out is a really good way of making a good play. And that is the card Rise of the Salamangreat. So that was card number 1. Card number 2 is going to be a trap card called Invincibility Barrier. We have the Herald archetype on the artwork there. Invincibility Barrier. Trap card effect. Once per turn, you can banish one face-up ritual, fusion, synchro, Xyz, pendulum, or link monster you control. This turn, the effects of monsters with the same card type as that banished monster, ritual, fusion, synchro, Xyz, pendulum, or link, are negated. So, you banish a monster, and then monsters of the same type cannot be targeted by the effects. Let's see. You can banish one face up. So you banish something and then you negate the effects of something with the same type. I see now. It can be a useful way to say no to the opponent. It's pretty specific, but it can be useful in the right situation. And that was card number 2, the Invincibility Barrier. Card number 3 is going to be... Hey, I remember this guy. The Incantation Bookstone, a level 5 dark type monster. Look how cute this little guy is. A little cute pendant and a sentient book. Incantation Bookstone, level 5 dark type spellcaster with an effect. You can reveal one ritual spell in your hand. Special summon both this card from your hand and one incantation monster from your deck, except Incantation Bookstone. If this card is special summoned from the deck, you can target one ritual spell in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can only use one Incantation Bookstone effect per turn, and only once that turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. Attack and defense of 0. Incantation monsters I'm very familiar with. I've been running a Demise, King of Armageddon, and a Ruin, Queen of Oblivion deck, and incantation monsters are great support for any ritual deck. They don't let you use monsters from the extra deck, but they are fantastic at fetching other parts to create fusion monsters. So incantations are weak, strength-wise, but they can pull themselves all together and get ritual monsters going. So it's good to see this little guy. Incantation Bookstone. Cute little chibi monsters. And that was card number 3. Card number 4 is going to be a link monster. Ooh, it's a rare as well, hence the silver writing. A rare Salamangrate Heatleo, a fire-type link-free monster. Now look at that. Well, that Rise of the Salamangrate is support for cards such as these. Cyberse Link effect requires 2 or more fire effect monsters. If this card is link summoned, you can target one card in your opponent's spell and trap zone. Shuffle it into the deck. Once per turn during your main phase, if this card was link summoned using Salamangrate Heatleo's material, you can target one face-up monster in the field and one monster in your graveyard. The attack of the first target becomes equal to the other targets until the end of this turn. A link-free monster with an attack of 2300. So, Salamangrate Heatleo allows you to target a card in your opponent's spell and trap zone and shuffle it into the deck, which can actually hurt the opponent more sometimes than outright destroying something. Also, Salamangrate Heatleo gets even more powerful if one of the materials to summon him is a Salamangrate Heatleo. So we have a cool little link monster here, and our first rare amongst many, no doubt, in these booster packs. Card number 4, Salamangrate Heatleo. Very nice artwork. That was card number 4. Card number 5 is going to be... Oh wow! We have a super rare, extra foolish burial. It's hard to see the shiny effect. Let me see if I can get some light there. You can see the rainbow effect there. Extra foolish burial. Look at the art there. It's a dark artwork, but I assure you, it's a very pretty artwork with the light in it. Extra Foolish Burial is a spell card. Let's have a look. Pay half your life points. Send one monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. You can only activate one Extra Foolish Burial per turn. You cannot set spells or traps during the turn you activate this card. So, this is a callback to a classic and very well used card called Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial allows you to send one card from your deck to the graveyard, which is vital because you can then bring that card specifically back to life or to your hand through a variety of different means. This card expands on that by calling it Extra Foolish Burial. This allows you to send something from your extra deck to the graveyard, from which you can get into all sorts of shenanigans. So, we have a rare card and we have a super rare card. Extra Foolish Burial. Very nice. And the second spell card. Card 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Extra Foolish Burial. So with this being card number 5, card number 6 is going to be even more support. Will of the Salamangrate. I believe that is Salamangrate Heatlio in the artwork there. So that guy showing up in this artwork. Very intense background. Spell card with an effect. During your main phase, you can special summon one Salamangrate monster from your hand or graveyard. You can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard. Then target one Salamangrate Link monster you control that was Link summoned using a monster with its same name as material. Special summon Salamangrate monsters from the hand and or graveyard in defense position, up to the number of monsters Link rating. You can only use one Will of the Salamangrate effect per turn, and only once that turn. So it's a continuous spell. During your main phase, you can special summon a Salamangrate monster from your hand or graveyard. That alone is pretty good. Or you can send it from the field to the graveyard once it's already there, and take a Link monster you control that was Link summoned. Yeah, you can get up to all sorts of plays with Salamangrate. You can use this to actively support anything on the field, or use it to bring more things out. And that is the spell card called Will of the Salamangrate. So that is card number 6. So card number 7 is going to be... Oh, I'm going to have a problem to pronounce this. Orchestrated Einsatz. Is it Einsatz? Orchestrated Einsatz, a spell card. Very curious looking artwork there. Orchestrated Einsatz, spell card with an effect. If your opponent normal or special summons a monster or monsters, except during the damage step, you can take one Orcust. Is it Orcust or Orcust? Orcust or World Legacy monster from your hand or deck, and either send it to the graveyard or banish it. You can only use this effect of Orchestrated Einsatz once per turn. So, if your opponent normal or special summons a monster except during the damage step, you can take 2 different archetypes of monsters from your hand or deck and send it to the graveyard or banish it. So you can selectively destroy your own cards for your own benefit if you know what you're doing. And that is card number 7. So, let me pull these down here. Get this a bit more organized. That was card number 7. So card number 8 is going to be we have the card known as Dino Wrestler. Oh, I can't say that word. art. I know it's the name of a Brazilian martial art. Capoeira? Is that how you pronounce it? Capoeira? Capoeira? I just know capoeira is a Brazilian martial art. I think it's Brazilian. Dino wrestler Capiraptor. Someone maybe help me out with the pronunciation. Capira? Dino wrestler Capiraptor. Hopefully I got that right. A level 4 Earth-type monster. Dinosaur with an effect. You don't see dinosaur monsters that much nowadays, do you? Dinosaur with an effect. This attack position card cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is attacked, change it to defense position at the end of the damage step. During the standby phase, if this card is in defense position, you can special summon one Dino Wrestler Capiraptor from your deck. You can only use this effect of Dino Wrestler Capiraptor once per turn. An attack of 1800 and a defense of 0. So basically, this wrestling dinosaur is pretty good at evading things. Leave it in attack position, it can't be destroyed by battle. And when it's attacked, it changes to defense position, which it can't defend because it has 0 defense, but it can't be destroyed by battle. Still, so it stays on the field. And if it's in defense position, you can special summon another one of these guys out. So, opponent attacks you, attack position. Even if the card is stronger, you would take life point damage, but this changes to defense position at the end of the damage step. And then you get one more of these guys. Suddenly, you have 2 level 4 dinosaur monsters which you can use to chain up all sorts of different plays. And that is Dino Wrestler Capiraptor. I'm so sorry for anyone who doesn't think I'm doing the pronunciation right. I just plainly don't know what it is. Still, wrestlers and dinosaurs. Can't argue with that combination. And the 9th card in this first booster pack is going to be a fusion monster. I wasn't expecting that type. A level 5 light type Duplexer Chimera. Ooh. Duplexer Chimera. You'll have to excuse me for a moment. I'm trying to process what I'm looking at. A mechanical chimera. It does straight up look like the real chimera from mythology. It has a snake for a tail, an almost goat head, and a lion. Pretty nice attention to detail there. Cyberse fusion monster with an effect. Fusion materials, 2 Cyberse monsters. Once per turn you contribute 1 Cyberse monster. Spells, trap cards, and their effects cannot be activated during the battle phase of this turn. If this fusion summon card is sent to your graveyard, you can target 1 Cynet fusion and 1 Cyberse monster in your graveyard, except this card. Add them to your hand. You can only use this effect of Duplexer Chimera once per turn. 2000 attack and 800 defense. So it's quite a tactical little card. You can use it in order. So by tributing another Cyberse monster, you can negate spell and trap cards, at least during the battle phase of the turn that you activate the effect. If this is fusion summoned and destroyed, you can get Cynet fusion, which is basically this archetype's polymerization, and a Cyberse monster from your graveyard. So one of the fusion materials for this would do. So you summon a card that can mess around with an opponent's spell and traps, and you've got something that can almost 2/3 of the way recover itself when it's destroyed. And that is Duplexer Chimera, the level 5 light type monster. And that has been pack number 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion. Of the 9 cards, we got Will of the Salamangreat, Rise of the Salamangreat, Orchestrated Aisats, Duplexer Chimera, Dino Wrestler Capiraptor, Incantation Bookstone, Invincibility Barrier, a rare Salaman-grade Helio, and a super rare Extra Foolish Burial. Gotta say, for a first booster pack, that went remarkably well. I just like this card the most, Extra Foolish Burial. You can use that in all sorts of ways. And that has been booster pack number 1, my friends. Only 5 more to go. I hope you're enjoying so far. And so, it's time for Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion. Booster pack number 2. Let's go. Hopefully the heart of the cards stays with us, because that last booster pack is really, really nice. Okay, we have our 9 cards there. Let's get right into it. Card number 1 of booster pack number 2 is going to be another Dino Wrestler. The level 2, 4, 6, 7. The level 7 Dino Wrestler Pancratrops. Okay, that's a lot easier to pronounce, Pancratrops. Level 7 F-type. Triceratops Dinosaur Wrestler. Dinosaur with an effect. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. Oh, really? That's really good. You can only special summon 1 Dino Wrestler Pancratrops. Once per turn this way. Right, that balances it out. Quick effect. You can tribute 1 Dino Wrestler monster, then target 1 card your opponent controls. Destroy it. You can only use this effect of Dino Wrestler Pancratrops once per turn. An attack of 2600 and a defense of 0. Okay, I can see a lot of people getting ready to use this card for a reason. It's a 2600 attack monster that you can immediately summon this from your hand if the opponent has more cards than you. And you can destroy an opponent's monster by tributing a Dino Wrestler monster, which is pretty easy considering it's a quick effect. So, yeah, this card's probably invaluable to the Dino Wrestler archetype. That was card number 1, Dino Wrestler Pancratrops. Pancratops. Why am I saying Pancratrops? Gotta work on my pronunciation. Pancratops. That's it. Card number 1. Card number 2 is going to be a trap card called Orchestrated Attack. They're quite keen on their puns, aren't they? Orchestrated Attack. Trap card. When a monster declares an attack, tribute 1 Orcust or World Legacy monster, then target 1 monster your opponent controls. Banish it. So, give a life to take a life. Your opponent declares an attack, tribute 1 of 2 archetypes, and then target a monster your opponent controls, and banish it. A sacrifice for a banishment. That was card number 2, Orchestrated Attack. Card number 3 is going to be the spell card known as Predaplast. That's quite a complicated artwork there. Yep, spell card called Predaplast. Reveal any number of Predap cards in your hand. Usually those are the Predaplants. Anyways, reveal any number of Predap cards in your hand, then target that number of face-up monsters your opponent controls. Place 1 Predator counter on each one, and if you do, any of those monsters that are level 2 or higher become level 1 as long as they have a Predator counter. If your Predator plant monster would be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So you can use this spell card to reduce your opponent's monster levels to 1, which can disrupt their summoning strategies. If they're trying to summon a card that needs, for talking sake, 2 level 7 monsters, well, this can reduce them to level 1, making it very difficult for them to make any plays. Also, if you have a Predaplant monster out, This also acts as a defense mechanism when it's in the graveyard. Nice little support for the Predaplant archetype. So, that's the spell card, Predaplast. And that was card number 3. Card number 4 is going to be... Ooh, this is going to be a good one. A fusion monster. DDD, Flame High King Genghis. DDD standing for Different Dimension Demon. Different Dimension Demon Flame High King Genghis. That's a mouthful, isn't it? A level 2, 4, 6. A level 8 fire type monster. Very cool design. Let's get a look at that. I like seeing monsters that have more than 2 arms. It just, I don't know, just looks cool. Plus it would be convenient to have more 2 arms. Fiend fusion with an effect. Fusion materials require 1 level 5 or higher different DD monster and 1 DD monster. So basically 1 level 5 or higher DD monster and a regular DD monster. If another DD monster or monsters is normal or special summoned to your field while you control this monster, except during the damage step, you can target 1 DD monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use this effect of DDD, Flame, High King Genghis once per turn. Once per turn when a spell, trap card, or its effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation. So, Flame High King Genghis supports his own archetype pretty well, and has a pretty broad effect at the bottom. Once per turn when a spell or trap card is activated, you can negate the activation, and it's a quick effect, meaning you can just do it right away. Quick effects are king in this game. Just being able to do it fast helps. And that is the fusion card, Different Dimension Demon, Flame, High King, Genghis. So that was card number 4. Card number 5 is going to be... Ooh, we have our first rare of the pack. We have the rare Toll Hike. Toll Hike. This is a reference to an old Yu-Gi-Oh card that was simply called Toll. I think Toll's ability was that you had to pay 500 life points to declare an attack. I think that's what it was. My memory isn't the best. I think Toll, you had to pay life points in some way to do something. Hence it was the Toll. You gotta pay the troll toll, ladies and gentlemen. So, Toll Hike is a reference to that card. It's a continuous trap card as opposed to the original Toll, which was a spell. Each player must send 1 card from their hand to the graveyard to declare an attack. That's pretty nasty. Toll Hike. You can see why this guard looks so happy. Yeah, in the original Toll, the little merchant had to give a few coins to the guard, whereas in this one, he's clearly being greedy and hiking it up to a bag of coins. And this guy's understandably crying about it. Each player must send 1 card from their hand to the graveyard to declare an attack. So, it is a fair card because it requires both of you to play by the same rules. It's a nice card, Toll Hike, and it's a rare, hence the silver writing. And that was card number 5. I like these references to the original cards in their artworks, either updating them or just blatantly referencing them. That was card number 5, Toll Hike. Card number 6 is going to be... Ooh, we have a super rare Sky Striker Maneuver Vector Blast, a spell card. Sky Striker Maneuver Vector Blast. Let's check this anime girl out here with a big gun there. Spell card. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, each player sends the top 2 cards of their deck to the graveyard, or as many as possible, if less than 2. Then, if you send at least 1 card to the graveyard and have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, can shuffle all your opponent's monsters from the extra monster zones into the deck. So basically, by screwing around with Sky Striker cards, you can basically shuffle your opponent's monsters from the extra monster zone into the deck. Me personally, I would rather have my monster destroyed or banished than shuffled into the deck. So this can be extremely disruptive if you can use it right. And that is the super rare Sky Striker maneuver, Vector Blast. Very nice. And that was card number 6. So, card number 7 is going to be, we have our second orchestrated Einsatz. We've already been through this card, so let's just admire the artwork. Orchestrated Einsatz. That was card number 7. Card number 8 is going to be, ooh, a familiar face. We have a Link monster, Crusadia Spatha. I think it's Spatha. Look how beautiful she is. A Link 2 light type monster. I just love that armor. Like an armored winged cyber elf. Well, that's Yu-Gi-Oh! In a nutshell, combining a lot of things to make one cool thing. Warrior Link with an effect. Requires 2 effect monsters, including a Crusadia monster. Gains attack equal to the original attack of any monster this card points to. A monster this card points to cannot attack. Once per turn, if an effect monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, except during the damage step, you can target one monster in either player's main monster zone, except this card. Move it to another main monster zone on his controller's field. So, this gain, oh, and it also has an attack of 500. So this gains attack equal to whatever it's pointing at. The original attack. Yeah, Crusadia Spatha. A pretty looking card. And it's another Crusadia card. You can get up to all sorts with this. And that is card number 8. Crusadia Spatha. So that was card number 8. And the last card, card number 9, is going to be... Let my OCD rest. Okay. Card number 9 is going to be... Hey! Another incantation card. Look at this cute little guy. The level 3 light type, Incantation Pensiplume. Oh, it's a little quill with a face. Incantation Pensiplume. Psychic monster with an effect. You can reveal one ritual monster in your hand. Special summon both this card from your hand and one incantation monster from your deck, except Incantation Pensiplume. If this card is special summoned from the deck, you can target one ritual monster in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. You can only use one Incantation Pensiplume effect per turn, and only once that turn. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. An attack and defense of 0. So basically, Pensiplume allows you, if you have a ritual monster in your hand, special summon this and another incantation from your deck. Then, if this is special summoned itself from the deck, you can take a ritual monster from the graveyard. So, usually how it works is, you activate the effect of your first incantation. This allows you to bring one from your deck onto the field. That activates that card's effect, which can be for anything from bring a ritual monster or spell to your hand, or from the graveyard to your hand. It's basically the ultimate ritual gathering tool, and why I'm quite familiar and happy to see these guys, because I use them quite a lot. Incantation Pensiplume. My only complaint is I really like these guys, the incantation monsters, but their original names, I believe, in the Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG is Devi Ritual. I just think that sounds so much cooler. Incantation or Devi Ritual. I think Devi Ritual just sounds so cool. And that was card number 9. Rambling aside, that has been booster pack number 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion. We are getting pretty lucky with these booster packs. We have our 9 cards, and they were Predaplast, a spell card, a super rare Sky Striker Maneuver, Vector Blast, Incantation, Pensiplume, the Link monster, Crusadia Spatha, our second Orchestrated Einsatz, the Fusion monster, Different Dimension Demon, Flame King High Genghis. No, Flame High King Genghis, excuse me. The easily summonable Dino Wrestler Pancratops, Orchestrated Attack, and a rare Toll Hike. You gotta pay the troll toll, my friends. And that has been booster pack number 2. Hope you're enjoying this video so far, my friends. As is typical for this ASMR channel, this video is going to go on for a very long time, as I can't help but ramble away. So, take it easy, my friends, and let's have even more fun together. So, let's go and open booster pack number 3 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion. We're being pretty lucky so far. Let's continue this streak with booster pack number 3. May the heart of the cards continue to be with us. We have our 9 cards there. Put the booster pack aside for now. And let's go. Card number 1 of booster pack number 3 is going to be a spell card. Oh, and I've got a lot to say about this. Giant Ballpark. I love this artwork so much. I'll tell you in a moment. Spell card. During damage calculation, if a player would take battle damage, you can make neither player take any battle damage from that battle. And if you do, send one level 4 or lower insect monster from your deck to the graveyard. Then, if you send a normal monster this way, you can special summon any number of monsters with the same name as that monster from your hand, deck, and or graveyard. If a monster or monsters you control is sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon one insect normal monster from your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Giant Ballpark once per turn. There's a reason I love this artwork so much. This is a big reference to the early Yu-Gi-Oh! Insect monsters. In the artwork we have basic insect with a baseball glove. We have Kumotoku, who was a normal type insect monster with 6 catcher's gloves. Or 4, actually. We have throwing the ball, Kuwagata. Was it Kuwagata or Kuwagata? I think it was Kuwagata Alpha was the character. Yeah, the monster's name was Kuwagata Alpha. I'm saying it slightly wrong, but you get the gist. And then the ball is the poor Gokabor card. Gokabor was a pretty solid little insect card. I think it had 1200 attack and 1400 defense, but it was used as the butt of jokes in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, usually involving the character Weevil Underwood. He tears up a card, like he rips a card in half and it's Gokabor. He offers it to a little kid as a reward for doing his dirty work, and the kid's like, dude, why would I want Gokabor? Everyone has that card, it sucks. So basically, poor Gokabor was getting picked on. It's a shame, it's a cute little bug. But this spell card actually, even though it doesn't specifically name Gokabor, it's a pretty good support for Gokabor, because you can use this to pretty much do all sorts of stuff with normal insect monsters. So it's nice to see all these old insects together in a humorous fashion. I mean, it's giant bugs playing baseball. Poor Gokabor. No one in the anime seemed to like you, and because of that, I like you. You're so cute. And that's the spell card Giant Ballpark. the hell have I been talking about for the past 5 minutes? Just the fact that this little round bug is so cute. I can't help myself. And that was card number 1. Giant Ballpark. Gokabor for life. Card number 2 is going to be another repeat. We have the spell card known as Pretoplast. We've already covered this. It's Pretoplant support. Let's go into the artwork there. And that is card number 2, Pretoplast. Card number 3 is going to be, how do you pronounce this? Ostinato. Ostinato? Ostinato. Spell card. If you control no monsters, fusion summon 1 melodious fusion monster from your extra deck, using 2 monsters from your hand and or deck as fusion material. During the end phase of this turn, destroy the monster fusion summoned by this effect. And if you do, if all the fusion materials that were used for its fusion summon are in your graveyard, you can special summon all of them. So basically, this is a fusion card that destroys the fusion summon monster at the end of the turn. But if all the pieces to make it are in the graveyard, you can summon them all at once. That could be pretty damn useful. Imagine you were able to do something like that with like a Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. You get an Ultimate Dragon on the field, and then you got 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Yeah, that would be pretty broken, but, you know, that's just a random thought in my head. I think that's pretty cool. But this is specifically named for the melodious monsters as a way to balance it out. But still, how cool would it be to summon a bunch of monsters in one turn? Pretty broken, right? Ostinato, our third card, and that's the third spell card in a row. We've been pretty spell heavy in this booster pack. Maybe it'll change with card number 4, which is going to be, well, it's not a spell card. We have the Galaxy Brave, the light type, level 2, 4, 6, 8. A level 8 light type warrior monster. Really cool, actually. Galaxy Brave, warrior with an effect. If this card is in your hand, you can reveal 1 photon monster in your hand, special summon this card, and if you do, its level becomes the level of that photon monster. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target 1 galaxy monster in your graveyard. This card's attack and defense become that monster's attack and defense. You can only use this effect of Galaxy Brave once per turn. So if this card's in your hand, you can reveal a photon monster and special summon it. And then its level becomes the level of that photon monster. Basically, this card all depends on what you have on hand at that moment. It gains level and attack and defense equal to whatever else you have gathered. So it's a solid galaxy monster to have in your deck. If you support your deck with other good cards, this will serve you well. And that was card number 4, Galaxy Brave. An attack and defense of 0, but can become pretty much anything depending on how you play the game. Card number 4, Galaxy Brave. It's time for card number 5, which is going to be, yes, we have a rare Thunder Dragon Matrix, a level 1 light type monster. Thunder Dragon Matrix. A thunder monster with an effect. Quick effect. Nice. You can discard this card, then target 1 thunder monster you control. It gains 500 attack. If this card is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Thunder Dragon Matrix from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 Thunder Dragon Matrix effect per turn, and only once that turn. An attack of 0 and a defense of 2000. And a rare, hence the silver writing. This is a really weird world for me to experience, because I remember Thunder Dragon It was one of my favourite cards back in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Thunder Dragon was a pretty cool level 5 Thunder monster. It had 1600 attack and 1500 defense. Nothing remarkable, but he was used as materials to create one of my very favourite monsters, the twin-headed Thunder Dragon. It was a reliable fusion monster, and also it was incredibly useful in the PlayStation 1 game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. So, thanks to that PlayStation 1 game, I have quite an attachment to Thunder Dragon. But back then, the Thunder Dragon monster tree consisted of Thunder Dragon, twin-headed Thunder Dragon. That was it. It was just 2 cards. Suddenly now, the past few years, Thunder Dragon is now its own archetype. And not only that, there are so many Thunder Dragon cards, they are wreaking havoc amongst the trading card game. So to see 2 individual cards suddenly become part of an archetype that has been causing such devastation, it's really weird to me, to say the least. Still, we're getting cards like this, Thunder Dragon Matrix. I feel like Thunder's one of those types that's been neglected for a few years, but boy, have they came back and supported it big time. I'd love to see them support another type like they have, like Pyro or especially Sea Serpent types. I feel like that's one monster type they really need to add to, Sea Serpents. Anyways, rambling aside, that's a Thunder Dragon Matrix, a rare Thunder Dragon card. That was card number 5. Maybe we're going to have 2 streaks. 3 spells, maybe we'll get another effect monster. Let's find out. Card number 5. So card number 6 is going to be... We have a super rare Link monster called Some Summer Summoner. Ooh, wait a minute. The super rare... Yeah, it is a super rare. My eyes were deceiving me for a moment. The super rare Some Summer Summoner. Sky and leopard print speedo for snorkel. It's really random. Some Summer Summoner. I don't really understand what this guy's supposed to be, but I like his design. He has flippers, a snorkel, he's in a leopard speedo, and he has a kind of blondish afro with sunglasses. Seems like he's having a good time though. The Link monster Some Summer Summoner. A light type Link 2 monster. Thunder with an effect. Requires 2 Thunder monsters. Once per opponent's turn, quick effect. You can discard a card, then target 1 Thunder monster in your graveyard, except a Link monster. Special summon it to this zone your card points to. So it's a 1600 attack Link monster. It's more known for being a summoner, hence it being called Some Summer Summoner. It's Thunder support. It's good to see that element get some much needed support over the years. The super rare Some Summer Summoner. And that was card number 6. Card number 7 is going to be... Oh, I love this card. A new addition. It is the level 4 light type, Diana, the Light Spirit. Look how beautiful she is. Thunder with an effect. Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summon from your hand by banishing 1 light monster from your graveyard. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase. Gain 1000 life points. 1700 attack and 1000 defense. I like the fact that they've added to another archetype. There were spirit monsters. There was a flame spirit, an earth spirit, but they always missed out the light spirit. Well, now we finally have one in the form of Diana, the beautiful light spirit. Look how pretty she is. Her attack and defense is nothing really remarkable, but you can use her as a special summon, and during your opponent's end phase, you get 1000 life points, which is a nice little recovery effect. And that has been card number 7, Diana, the Light Spirit. Card number 8 is going to be a trap card, Subsurface Stage Divers. It's a cute little artwork. Subsurface Stage Divers. All these fish, those manta rays. Trap card. If you control exactly 3 non-token monsters with the same name and no other monsters, you can add 3 monsters with the same name as each other from your deck to your hand. For the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you cannot normal summon or set or special summon monsters with the added monster's name, nor activate their monster effects. You can only activate 1 subsurface stage divers per turn. So basically, if you get 3 monsters of the same name on the field and no other monsters, you can get 3 other monsters of the same name together. Basically, form your own little army, if you will. Such a cute little artwork as well. These 3 little fish singers. And what looks like they're 3 fanboys. 3 fanboy manta rays. I really love the comedy they inject into Yu-Gi-Oh! You've got a card like this showing the cutesy cartoon style, and even Giant Ballpark, where even when they're abusing poor little Gokabor, they can add a little bit of comedy. Gokabor for life. And that was card number 8. Cute, comedic, subsurface stage divers. And the last card, card number 9, is going to be another Salamangreat card, called Salamangreat Falco, a level 4 fire-type monster. Looks pretty damn cool. Salamangreat Falco. Cyburst with an effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Salamangreat spell or trap in your graveyard. Set that target to your field. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 Salamangreat monster you control except Salamangreat Falco. Return that monster to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card. You can only use 1 Salamangreat Falco effect per turn, and only once that turn. Attack of 1200, and a defense of 1600. So if this is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Salamangreat spell or trap in your graveyard and set it on the field. So you're not bringing something back to your hand, you're immediately putting it on the field. That's pretty nice. So you can also, this card thrives on being in the graveyard, it seems. Pretty interesting. And that is card number 9, Salamangreat Falco. Well, the heart of the cards is still with us. I'm pretty content with booster pack number 3 there. I mean, we got quite a variety of cards in there. We got Ostinato, Pretoplast, Salamangreat Falco, Subsurface Stage Divers, Diana the Light Spirit, Galaxy Brave, a rare Thunder Dragon Matrix, a super rare Some Summer Summoner, and Giant Ballpark. Seriously, Gokabor for life. He's my best buddy now. I feel so sorry for him, always getting picked on, I don't know why. And that was booster pack number 3, my friends. I hope you're having a wonderful time. Hope you're nice, chilled out, and relaxed. As we get into booster pack number 4. Stay tuned. So, without any further ado, let's get into Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion Booster Pack number 4. May the heart of the cards continue to guide us. Hopefully there's some lucky pulls of this booster pack. May the odds be in our favor. Booster pack number 4. Let's roll out. Card number 1 is going to be another repeat. We got the trap card Invincibility Barrier, which is pretty much sacrifice something, and something of the same type pretty much can't activate nothing. And that is the Invincibility Barrier, card number 1. So card number 2 is going to be Alvis of the Nordic Alpha, a level 4 dark type monster. Very strange. Alvis of the Nordic Alpha, level 4 spellcaster with an effect. If only this card is banished by the effect of a Nordic link monster, you can send to the graveyard 1 Nordic monster you control and 2 Nordic monsters from your deck, whose total levels equal 10. Then special summon 1 Asian monster from your extra deck. If an Asian monster or monsters in your possession is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon 1 Asian monster from your extra deck with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. You can only use this effect of Alvis the Nordic Alpha once per duel. An attack of 1500 and a defense of 1000. So it's pretty much support for the Nordic archetype, which I believe was Thor, Oki, and Odin? I think it was Thor, Loki, and Odin were the Nordic monsters. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, Thor, Odin, and Loken. I'm getting that one. Thor, Loki, Odin. There we are. Alvis of the Nordic Alpha. And that was card number 2. So card number 3 is going to be a fellow Dino Wrestler. We have Dino Wrestler Capatera. I'll just call it Capatera. Level 3 wind type monster. Dinosaur with an effect. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Dino Wrestler Capatera once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as link material for the link summon of a Dino Wrestler monster, you can activate this effect. The link monster that used this card as material gains 1000 attack until the end of this turn, 1600 attack, and 0 defense. So basically, by having this card in your hand, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can zap one of those monsters out of existence. Then if you use this card as material to summon a Dino Wrestler Link monster, you can give it a nice little boost of 1000 attack points. Pretty nice. I like how all these Dino Wrestlers are a really good tag team. They all synchronize pretty well with each other. And that was card number 3, Dino Wrestler Capaptera. Card number 4 is going to be... we have a rare Orcust Brass Bombard, a level 1 dark type monster. Well, that's one way to scare someone at band practice. Orcust Brass Bombard, level 1 dark machine tuner with an effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon 1 Orcust monster from your hand, except Orcust Brass Bombard. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the rest of this turn, except dark monsters. You can only use this effect of Orcust Brass Bombard once per turn. An attack of 500 and a defense of 1900. So basically, you can banish it from the graveyard and special summon an Orcust monster that's in your hand, except this. Pretty interesting support. And that is our rare Orcust Brass Bombard. And that was card number 4. Card number 5 is going to be... Now I can talk about this card. Ooh. Yeah, this is really difficult to show off. But this is a super rare card, but the artwork is so dark it's very difficult to see without light shining directly onto it. See how the colour's slightly changing there? Yeah, it's really hard to see the colour change, but rest assured, this is a super rare card called Herald of the Abyss. Pay 1500 life points and declare one monster type and one attribute. Your opponent must send one face-up monster with the declared type and attribute from their field to the graveyard, if possible, for the rest of this turn. Your opponent cannot activate effects of monsters with that sent monster's name. You can only activate one Herald of the Abyss per turn. So basically, by paying 1500 life points, you can pretty much name and shame a monster in your opponent's side of the field, and then if possible, they need to get rid of it. And also, they can't use effects of cards of that monster's name for the rest of the turn. So pretty much, yeah, name or shame. For talking's sake, you've got let's think of a card that annoys me. What's a card that irritates me? One monster type and one attribute. Let's say, for talking's sake, you really don't like Gokabor. Well, you can declare the monster type, insect, attribute, earth, dark, whatever it might be. I think Gokabor was an earth type. I really don't like Gokabor over there. I declare insect and I declare earth. The monster has to get rid of Gokabor because it's the only thing on the field of that type. Poor little Gokabor. I love that little guy. I'm just joking. I promise. Herald of the Abyss is also pretty cool in the fact that it's referencing an old school card called the Dark King of the Abyss. He's got to make some of the biggest number of cameos I've ever seen a Yu-Gi-Oh card make. He shows up in so many card artworks, it's actually quite ridiculous. And that is Herald of the Abyss. So yeah, that was card number 5, the super rare Herald of the Abyss. So card number 6 is going to be another Galaxy monster, known as the level 4 light type Galaxy Cleric. Looks like a white mage from Final Fantasy. Spellcaster with an effect. If this card is in your hand, you can target one Photon or Galaxy Xyz monster you control. Attach this card to it as material. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target 5 Photon and or Galaxy cards with different names in your graveyard. Shuffle them into the deck. Then draw 2 cards. You can only use one Galaxy Cleric effect per turn, and only once that turn. 1500 attack and 600 defense. It really is a cleric / white mage, because you can heal your monsters in the graveyard by shuffling them back into the deck, and as a bonus you get to draw 2 cards. That's pretty nice. So if you're taking a beating, the Galaxy Cleric can heal you right back up, and that's the level 4 Galaxy Cleric. Card number 6. So card number 7 is going to be another Orcust monster. Well, Orcust trap card, I mean. Orchestrated Core. Ooh, that's a cool artwork there. Orchestrated Core. Trap card. Once per turn, you can banish one monster from your field or graveyard, then target one Orcust or World Legacy card you control, except Orchestrated Core. Neither player can target it with card effects this turn, even if this card leaves the field. If other Orcust and or World Legacy cards you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can send this card to the graveyard instead. So basically, this is an Orcust equivalent of protection. It protects it when it's on the field as a continuous trap card, and it can also protect those cards when it's in the graveyard. Basically, double protection. So if it gets taken out of the equation, it's still a factor in the duel. Trap card, Orchestrated Core. card number 8 is going to be another Salamangreat card. This time we have, ooh, it's not a link, it's a ritual monster. The ritual monster Salamangreat Emerald Eagle, a fire type level 2, 4, 6, 8. The level 8 fire type Salamangreat Emerald Eagle. And emerald is definitely right. It's a very cool looking artwork. Cyberse Ritual with an effect. You can ritual summon this card with Rise of the Salamangreat, a card we got earlier in the video. When this card is ritual summoned using Salamangreat Emerald Eagle you control, you can destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. Once per turn, you contribute one Salamangreat Link monster. This turn, this card gains this effect. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, destroy that opponent's monster. If you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. An attack at 2800 and a defense of 2000. So this is a really solid ritual monster. 2800 attack and 2000 defense is pretty good in its own, but if you ritual summon this card using the exact same card as material, you can destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. And you can also tribute a Salamangreat Link monster so that you can instantly destroy an opponent's monster and inflict damage to your opponent equal to its original attack. That can add up for a lot of damage over time. And that is Salamangreat Emerald Eagle. I love ritual monsters. I'm glad they've been getting prominence over the years. And that was card number 8. Card number 9, and the last card, pack number 4, is going to be, we have another repeat. We have another Crusadia Spather. So, let's take one another look at this pretty little warrior Crusadia monster. I really like that armor so much. And that was card number 9. And pack number 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're almost at the end, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having fun. Well, we're definitely being lucky in this video. We got Dino Wrestler Capitera, Alvis of the Nordic Alpha, Invincibility Barrier, a Galaxy Cleric, a rare Orcust Brass Bombard, a Crusadia Spather, the Salamangreat Emerald Eagle, Orchestrated Core, and a super rare Herald of the Abyss. And that has been booster pack number 4, my friends. I'm having a lot of fun, and I hope you are as well. Hopefully you're nice and relaxed. We'll get very... Well, we're getting close to the end of the journey in Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion. Let's get into, right away, with booster pack number 5. Let's go, everyone. Hopefully we can get some lucky draws together, my friends. Alright. Booster pack number 5. Let's do this. Excuse me. Card number 1 is going to be another and third Predaplast spell card. We've taken a look at this twice, so let's look at the artwork. These predatory plants. Card number 1. Card number 2 is going to be another repeat. This is what happens when you open so many packs at once. You're bound to get a few repeats. A Dino Wrestler Capoptera, the level 3 wind type. I've got to say, I'm glad we're getting to see more dinosaur monsters. That was one of those archetypes I felt, well, not archetypes, but types that I felt like was being neglected for a few years. But dinosaur types are really cool. Dino Wrestler Capoptera was card number 2. Card number 3 is going to be... Ooh, a lot of writing there. The trap card known as Until Noble Arms Are Needed Once Again. Wow, that's an incredible artwork. This is a Noble Arms support card. But seriously, take a look at the amount of detail in this artwork. Until Noble Arms Are Needed Once Again. Look how many characters are in this artwork. That looks like it could be a painting or a movie poster or something. It does, it looks like a movie poster. Until Noble Arms Are Needed Once Again. Trap card. Excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of Noble Arms equipped spells you control, and if you do, add one of them to your hand. Also, place the remaining cards on top of your deck in any order. You can banish this card from your graveyard, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. Special summon from your deck one Noble Knight monster with a different name from the cards you control or in your graveyard. You can only use this effect of Until Noble Arms Are Needed Once Again, once per turn. This can be quite a potent card to use in a Noble Arms deck. If you've got a lot of Noble Arms equipped spells out, you can excavate quite deep into your deck and pull out something that can be pretty damn potent. All innuendo aside, this is quite a good trap card to have. Until Noble Arms Are Needed Once Again. That really does look like a movie poster or a painting. And that was card number 3. Card number 4 is going to be a rare spell card called Galaxy Trance. There's Galaxy Brave on the left and Galaxy Cleric on the right. Galaxy Trance, rare spell card. Pay 2,000 life points, then target one photon monster in your graveyard. Special summon both it and one galaxy monster from your deck with the same level, both in defense position. And if you do, each monster's attack becomes 2,000. Also, their effects are negated. You can only activate one Galaxy Trance per turn. You cannot normal or special summon monsters during the turn you activate this card, except photon and galaxy monsters. You pay 2,000 life points. You can target a photon monster in your graveyard, summon it, and a galaxy monster in your deck. So you can summon 2 cards, give them 2,000 attack, take their effects away, but you can't special summon during the turn you activate this, except photon or galaxy monsters. So for the hefty price of 2,000, you get 2,000 attack in 2 monsters. So I think that's a pretty fair trade. And that is card number 4, the rare Galaxy Trance. Card number 5 is going to be... Yes, we got a super rare Thunder Dragon Duo, a dark type level 2, 4, 6, 8. Thunder Dragon support. Thunder Dragon Duo. Thunder with an effect. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing one light and one dark monster from your graveyard, once per turn. If a monster effect is activated in the hand, this card gains 300 attack until the end of this turn. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can banish one card from your graveyard, add one Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, you can target one of your banished cards, place it on the top or bottom of your deck. 2,800 attack and 0 defense. This is quite the jack of all trades. It's got 2,800 attack. It's pretty easy to summon because you have to banish a light and dark monster, which is actually pretty easy to do. If a monster effect is activated in the hand, it gains 300 attack, and when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can banish a card from your graveyard and add a Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. But during your opponent's end phase, if you like, you can take one of those banished cards and choose to put it on the top or bottom of the deck. This card can really do a hell of a lot, so I'm quite lucky to get my hands on it. Thunder Dragon Duo. Very nice. I like that. That was card number 5. Card number 6. In fact, no, let's admire it a little bit more. Look at the art. Thunder Dragon Duo. Okay, that was card number 5. For real. Card number 6 is going to be... Finally, we got all those Predaplast cards, but finally we get to take a look at a Predaplant card called Predaplant Dragostapelia. Predaplant Dragostapelia, a Dark type level 2, 4, 6, 8. A level 8 fusion monster with an effect. It's a plant as well, given it's a Predaplant. Go figure. Requires 1 fusion monster and 1 dark monster. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Place a predator counter on it, and if it is level 2 or higher, it becomes level 1 as long as it had a predator counter. Negate the activated effects of your opponent's monsters that have predator counters. 2700 attack and 1900 defense. So Predaplant gets to negate the opponent's monster's effects and reduce their levels, which can cripple certain decks that require those levels to summon stronger monsters. Predaplant Dragostapelia. Quite a disruptive card. I like how it's a plant, but it really does look like a dragon. Like wings on the back there. Pretty cool. That was card number 6. It's time for card number 7. Who is going to be? Hey! I love these callbacks to classic cards. The trap card called The Revenge of the Normal. We have... What are these cards called again? We have Moki Moki. We have Mushroom Man, Moki Moki, Haniwa, the Petite Dragon, and I think that's Gagagigo. I think that's his name, Gagagigo. They're a bunch of very weak normal monsters, but they're cute. I particularly like Mushroom Man. Trap card. Special summon level 4 or lower monsters from your hand, up to the number of monsters your opponent controls. You can only activate 1 The Revenge of the Normal per turn. So basically, say your opponent has 4 monsters on the field. You can summon 4 level 4 or lower monsters from your hand. It doesn't have to be these ones, but it's nice to have them featured in this artwork. Revenge of the Normal. Pretty cool. I like how angry Moki Moki is there as well. And that was card number 7. Card number 8 is going to be another trap card of Subsurface Stage Divers. Another card quite similar to the Revenge of the Normal, allowing you to gather a lot of cards at the one time. Subsurface Stage Divers. These 3 fish singers and their 3 crazy fanboy manta rays. I like them all sitting there with the glow sticks. And that was card number 8. And card number 9 is going to be... Ooh, what's this? The level 2 light type 2 for 1 team. This is a really weird design. Very weird. 2 for 1 team. This is a very Japanese design. Right. Warrior with an effect. Once per turn, you can make both players show 1 card from their hands. And if both the shown cards are of the same type of card, apply one of these effects depending on the type. If it's a monster type, each player can special summon that monster. Spell, each player draws 2 cards. Trap, each player sends exactly 2 cards from their deck to the graveyard. An attack and defense of 1200. So 2-for-1 teams, pretty much like a game show concept. Both players go into their hands and reveal a card. And if it's both the same, so if it's a monster card, you can both summon it. If it's a spell card, each player draws 2 cards. If it's a trap card, you have to send 2 cards from your deck to the graveyard. So, it's all a matter of luck. But I like those kind of cards that have an element of gambling to them. And that is booster pack number 5. We got Until Noble Arms Are Needed Once Again, and its beautiful artwork. A Dino Wrestler Cap of Terror. Predaplast. Predaplant Dragostapelia. A rare Galaxy Trans. A Subsurface Stage Divers. A 2-for-1 team. The Revenge of the Normal. And a super rare Thunder Dragon Duo. So happy we got this. Well, we're nearing the end, my friends. It's time for the final booster pack of Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion. Are you ready, my friends? I hope you are. If we're lucky, maybe we'll get a really rare pull out of this last booster pack of Fate. Let's find out, my friends. So, booster pack number 6. The booster pack of Fate, if you will. Hopefully we get lucky, but even if we don't, I'm happy with the cards we have at the moment. For now, let's make this the last booster pack. Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion booster pack number 6. May the heart of the cards be with us. Okay, final booster pack. Let's go. Card number 1 is going to be another Rise of the Salamangreat. We're going to get a lot of repeats of the common cards, but hopefully we get lucky with the rares. We'll find out. Rise of the Salamangreat, the ritual card, which is intended for Salamangreat Emerald Eagle, pretty much. Card number 1, Rise of the Salamangreat. Card number 1. Card number 2 is going to be another, but still happy to see, Incantation Bookstone. I always like getting extra copies of these guys. They just look so cool. I love them so much. Ritual support is always welcome. Incantation Bookstone. Very cute. Card number 3 is going to be another repeat. We have Dino Wrestler, Pancratops. I gotta go on at just how powerful this card is. If this card was around during the original days of Yu-Gi-Oh!, this would have absolutely wiped the floor with a lot of people. The opponent's got more monsters than you. Okay, I can just summon this. 2600 attack. I mean, in the early days, that was enough to pretty much wipe the floor with everything, besides a few select cards, or spells and traps. It just goes to show how much the power has creeped up in Yu-Gi-Oh! And how much everything has to become stronger to compete. Dino Wrestler, Pancratops. Pretty nice. That was card number 3. Card number 4 is going to be another Orchestrated Attack. Another repeat. Let's take a look. Very cool artwork. That looks like it wouldn't be far off from an actual anime scene, an actual anime battle, where the main protagonist goes against his dark equivalent rival. pretty nice. So, that was card number 4. Let's hope we get lucky and get something different. Card number 5 is going to be... We got a rare clock wyvern. Is it wyvern or wyvern? I call it wyvern even though that's probably wrong. A level 4 wind type clock wyvern. Cyburst with an effect. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can half this card's attack, and if you do, special summon 1 clock token. Cyburst, wind, level 1, attack and defense of 0. You can only use this effect of clock wyvern once per turn. An attack of 1800 and a defense of 1000. So, by summoning this, you can half its attack to 900 and summon a clock token. So you get something extra for summoning this thing. That is the clock wyvern. And that was card number 5. Let's hope we get lucky. Card number 6 is going to be a super rare Necro Valley Throne. I'm aware of Necro Valley. This is definitely different. Ooh, the artwork looks really nice. Look at the chair. How it glows and stands out from the rest. Necro Valley Throne, a spell card. Activate one of these effects. Add 1 Gravekeeper's monster from your deck to your hand. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 Gravekeeper's monster. You can only activate 1 Necro Valley Throne per turn. So basically, if you're allowed to take 3 of these into your deck, I mean, that's very good in a Necro Valley deck. Add a Gravekeeper's monster from your deck to your hand, and then normal summon 1 of them. That's pretty good. We got lucky after all. Necro Valley Throne. The next card's going to be number 7. Oh, look at this cutie pie. We have Patchwork Fluffle, a level 1 F-type monster. Look at this cute little teddy with wings. Fairy with an effect. This card is also treated as a frightful monster while face up on the field. This card on the field can be used as a substitute for any one fusion material whose name is specifically listed on a frightful fusion monster, but the other fusion material must be correct. Attack and defense of 0. Patchwork Fluffle. So this thing is pretty much absolutely unusable in a fight, but if you're using a frightful fusion monster, you can use this to replace the fusion material. And frightful monsters are built on fusion, so having this on hand can be pretty damn useful. Or if you just want to keep something cute around. That's card number 7. Card number 8 is going to be another beautiful Diana the Light Spirit. She really looks like Princess Zelda to me. Very beautiful. Diana the Light Spirit. And our last card, card number 9, is going to be another Galaxy Cleric. And that is all, my friends. For now, that is booster pack number 6. We got Dino Wrestler Pancratops, Incantation Bookstone, Rise of the Salamangreat, Orchestrated Attack, Clock Wyvern, a Patchwork Fluffle, Diana the Light Spirit, Galaxy Cleric, and a super rare Necro Valley Throne. And that is the end of this video, my friends. We opened 6 booster packs in total, with 9 cards inside. So, it's a total of 54 cards in those 6 packs. And we got quite the variety of stuff. inside. All that's left to do is go through every single card we got and call it a day for now. So, let's put them all together. For our final image. Okay, so Herald of the Abyss, Some Summer Summoner, Extra Foolish Burial, Thunder Dragon Duo, Salamangreat Heatleo, Invincibility Barrier, Incantation Bookstone, Dino Wrestler Capira Raptor, Diplexer Chimera, Orchestrated Einsatz, Rise of the Salamangreat, Will of the Salamangreat, The Revenge of the Normal, 2-for-1 Team, Subsurface Stage Divers, Galaxy Trance, Predaplant Dragostapelia, Predaplast, Dino Wrestler Capoptera, Until Noble Arms Are Needed Once Again, Necro Valley Throne, Galaxy Cleric, Diana the Light Spirit, Patchwork Fluffle, Clockwyvern, Orchestrated Attack, Rise of the Salamangreat, Incantation Bookstone, Dino Wrestler Pancratops, Orchestrated Core, Salamangreat Emerald Eagle, Crusadia Spatha, Orcus Brass Bombard, Galaxy Cleric, Invincibility Barrier, Elvis of the Nordic Alpha, Dino Wrestler Capoptera, Toll Hike, Orchestrated Attack, Dino Wrestler Pancratops, Different Dimension Demon Flame High King Genghis, Orchestrated Einsatz, Crusadia Spatha, Incantation Pensiplume, Sky Striker Maneuver Vector Blast, Predaplast, Giant Ballpark Gokabor Rules, Thunder Dragon Matrix, Galaxy Brave, Diana the Light Spirit, Subsurface Stage Divers, Salamangreat Falco, Predaplast, and Ostinato. Well, that's quite the number of cards, my friends. Quite a variety. Such a variety that I've decided I think we should have Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion 2. We've done 6 booster packs, but I feel like we only scratched the surface. I'd like to go in one more time and hopefully get even luckier. Maybe we'll be lucky and find even more Thunder Dragon cards. I'm happy with the cards I have right now, but you know what? It would be nice to get some more. So, stay tuned, my friends, as at some point I will film Yu-Gi-Oh! Soul Fusion 2. Until then, this has been your friend, Alakazam ASMR. May the heart of the cards be with you, my friends. No matter who you are or where you are, please have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon, my friends. Adios.